How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a great day, and if you're not, I hope you're making something out of it. So, okay, willpower, determination, they are incredible things. They can take you places you never thought you could go, all right? It's a heck of an intro, actually. So, willpower and determination, okay, they're simple things that take a lot of dedication to acquire, okay? And the more you practice them, the better you get at them, right? I have run into a bunch of guys, in the past couple years who kind of bathe in their own laziness. And they're not my friends. I can't call them my friends because I can't really be a good friend to someone who is constantly trying to tell me that being driven is for losers or for tryhards. And, you're just you're a tryhard. Listen, at the end of the day, yeah, I'm a tryhard, and I'm going to constantly try and be a tryhard because tryhards get places, all right? People who never try don't get anywhere. That's just the fact of life. And one of the most beautiful things about being, a human is that you have the ability to make choices to push yourself, right? You're not driven by a natural instinct all the time. You actually get to make choices to say, I am going to push myself in this aspect of my life to the limit. And that's incredible to me. And for men especially. Now, there's stuff I do that my mom will never understand. Or most women I talk to will never understand. Like, why do I do a bunch of the crazy stuff I do? Why do I box my cousin, right? Do I have violent tendencies, Why do I climb super tall trees? Why do I like jumping off of waterfalls? Because it's allowing me to try stuff that I didn't know was possible before, right? Up until 2 years ago, I never boxed a person before. I boxed my cousin. He was new at it at first, and he's gotten, way farther into it than I have. But, I learned, oh man, I'm a really bad fighter. And I kind of had this idea 2 years ago of, if I got in a fight, I could take somebody, no problem. And then, I boxed against my cousin. We traded punches. We punched each other in the face. We punched each other in the ribs. We punched each other everywhere. I was so sore the next day. But I also woke up feeling great because I recognized, man, I learned something new. I learned that I'm a pretty bad fighter. I got a decent amount that I just had no clue about that I would love to learn. And, it pushed myself to my limits. And you go to sleep so much better when you know that you have tried your hardest at something. All right? So, like, for instance, today, I got home from work. I worked out. I almost threw up. Now, that doesn't normally happen to me. But, I had a lot of energy left over. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to push myself really hard. And I did. And I almost threw up. And it was gross. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it was very close. I mean, it was nasty. But the point is, I went and got a shower. I'm here now. And I feel incredible. Because I know that I pushed my body to its limits. And do that with all things in your life, When I do that, this is just speaking from personal experience. When I do that, in all aspects of my life, whether it's, intellectual, physical, religious, any aspect of my life that I push myself the hardest in, I try and stay consistent with and dedicated to, I'm always 100% a happier human being for it. I'm a happier man for it. Because, if I look back on scenarios and I say, man, I could have done so much better, but I wasn't willing to go the extra mile and push myself a little bit harder. I always feel upset with myself, when I see those scenarios. It's like, why, Ruben? Why didn't you just push yourself a little bit harder? And, another thing I'd like to throw in here is good friends are going to push you, and they're going to make you try harder at different things in your life, okay? It could be as simple as someone you play basketball with, really trying to stay on you and make sure that you're actually, playing the game instead of just walking around the entire time, And maybe that's a bad example, but the point is, good friends are going to actually help you stay driven. They're going to be driven themselves. Like I said, I can't be friends with someone who is truly lazy. They can be lazy in some aspects of life, but if they're lazy about everything and they just complain about everything, I can't be a good friend to that person. And that's just me. Maybe that's my personality. I don't know. But I would dare to say that it is objectively good for men to push themselves in different areas of their lives. Okay, like life takes effort, and over time, if you can actually build up your willingness to put in effort, it's gonna make your life so much better. Whether it's your relationships or just staying physically fit, or or staying mentally fit. It's like if you're willing, like it's not easy for a lot of people. My brother gets home from work and he'll work out, or he'll work out in the morning before work. That's not easy to do. He's married. He's got 2 kids, one on the way. He's got a job he works over 40 hours a week with, and it's like, but you can do it, and it stinks because so many people around you tell you can't. All right, there's so many people that back in high school I used to run before I'd go to school. And people are like, "Oh, you're crazy. How do you do that?" It's like, it's not that hard. It just takes willpower, and willpower is just it's such an incredible thing, because you can operate at certain points in your life off of pure willpower, and it makes you a stronger man. It makes you able to say no to more things and to push yourself farther in different things, right? Like, and it's the funny thing about willpower too is it's not something you just flip on and off. You can't do it. I've tried. I've gone a year where I've just used hardly any willpower, and you try and switch it back on, it doesn't work. You have to work. You have to work with the small things first, and you build your way up, and you start implementing willpower here and a little bit there, and all of a sudden you're in the bigger decisions in your life, and you can say, I'm going to make a good decision here, and I'm going to be able to push myself farther than I would have if I hadn't been practicing restraint and and actually just mentally toughening myself, I guess is a good way to say it, right? And so what I'm trying to say here, I guess, is get good at implementing willpower in your life. Start with the small things. For me, listen, one of the biggest problems I have is I eat bad a lot, okay? I'm happier when I eat better, right? That's just a fact for me. But I do eat bad a lot. It's a fact. And for me, I need to work on, personally, saying no to food more. Like I walked downstairs at my house, and there was a big piece of carrot cake there. And I shouldn't have eaten any. But I ate a couple bites. I did because it looked incredible. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's pretty late at night, and probably wouldn't be great for me to have all that sugar, but make mistakes, but it's better than me eating the entire piece. And so that's a little bit of willpower, just not the fullest extent that I could have implemented there. So get good at willpower so that you can push yourself in every scenario, all right? So you can become better in all aspects of your life, right? In some aspects of your life, that's harder to do. But for instance, it's like, it's hard for me sometimes to remember to go and read a book and take time out of my day to try and mentally better myself, all right, to gain more knowledge. That's difficult. But I know for a fact, for me, when I'm actually on a workout routine, I'm trying to stay fit, that willpower, just that little bit of having to push myself to do that, that's easier for me to push myself with than reading a book. But it translates over, because what will happen is I'll recognize, oh, okay, I have the capacity to actually take some time out of my day and go work out. And then I'll recognize, oh, I can do the exact same thing with a book. I can go read a book, all right? And all it takes is a little bit more willpower. And so when I'm building up that willpower to push my body physically, I'm also, that translate over into making it easier for me to actually, implement willpower when it comes to bettering my brain, right? So anyways, I'll stop rambling on. Willpower is an incredible thing. Use it correctly. A man who has insane willpower will always be respected by the people around him. I have never met a man who I have seen try hard at everything that I have not instantly respected. Okay? So, I'll stop rambling on. Have a great day. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching Man in the Making. Push yourself. Become a better man. And I'll see you next time.